When a horror franchise reaches its sixth chapter, audiences usually know what to expect. Jump scares, recycled tropes, a studio wringing the last few dollars out of a recognizable name. Released in August 2026 by Sony, Blumhouse and Atomic Monster. Insidious. Out of the Further is directed by Jacob Chase, the filmmaker behind Come Play. Coming just weeks after the events of 2023's The Red Door, this sequel attempts to refresh a 15-year-old mythology with a brand new cast and a dark new slice of lore. The nightmare does not begin in a haunted house or an astral plane. It begins in Pittsburgh, 1999. Gemma is just a young latchkey kid, played by Charlie Penton, arriving home from school to her emotionally distant mother, Ingrid. But Ingrid is not merely struggling with her mental health, she is being violently hijacked by entities from the spiritual world. In a traumatizing opening sequence, Ingrid's madness reaches a horrific peak when she commits a grisly suicide in the family bathroom, forcing young Gemma to witness the entire blood-soaked ordeal firsthand. 25 years later, Gemma, now played by the haunting of Bly Manor star Amelia Eve, is living in the present day as a single mother. She is raising her 9-year-old daughter Maya while working as a dental hygienist at a clinic called Second Smile. Gemma has built a quiet life, but she carries deep psychological scars. She is in a relationship with a handsome police officer named Nick, played by Nope breakout Brandon Perea. But Gemma keeps Nick at a strict emotional distance, unwilling and terrified to welcome a new man into Maya's life or allow anyone close to her family's dark past. Then, ominous presentiments begin invading Gemma's waking world. She spots a visibly dead, old-timey family of 3 standing in her contemporary suburb. They wear pallid, white-powdered faces with mirthless, toothy grins plastered across their jaws, watching her with cold silence. Objects from her childhood start manifesting out of thin air, including a flashlight Gemma has not seen since she was a little girl, and a spiked metal talisman that acts as a physical conduit between the mortal world and the afterlife. As sleep deprivation wears Gemma down, the film delivers its most surreal visual sequence. Gemma crawls into one of her daughter Maya's living room pillow forts, only to find the interior twisting into an impossible liminal space. She is forced to contort her body through an endless maze of couch cushions and dark voids to escape a towering elderly demon, a nightmare sequence heavily inspired by modern liminal horror like The Backrooms. The horror reaches a visceral peak at Gemma's workplace. Director Jacob Chase shifts the film heavily into unsettling body horror, focusing extreme close-ups on bad gingivitis, gooey plaque formations, and decaying dental implants. When an elderly patient sits in Gemma's chair at the Second Smile clinic, she realizes he is not a living man. He is a ghastly dispatch sent straight from the further. As she inspects his mouth, she finds strands of human hair wrapped around rotting teeth and 2 full stacked sets of jaws on his X-ray, a confrontation that leaves her nerve-fried and unspooling. Desperate for answers as her ramblings begin to terrify her boyfriend Nick, Gemma seeks out a local paranormal tattoo artist played by Maisie Richardson Sellers. The tattoo artist possesses dark medium abilities, acting as a physical channel for franchise staple Elise Rainier, played once again by Lynn Shay. Through Elise's spirit, the core lore twist of the film is revealed. Gemma is a Spiritist Courier. In the Insidious universe, ordinary astral projectors can only travel into the further, but a courier is a rare psychic portal who can traffic objects, memories, and dead entities back and forth between the material plane and the realm of the dead. Gemma has been unconsciously bringing physical items across from the further, including a burned-out television set that displays static images of a sinister, limp-haired entity named Cyrus Lam, overseeing an occult ritual. Cyrus Lam is a Marilyn Manson-style cult leader trapped in the dark. He realizes Gemma's unique courier gift is the key to permanently opening the Red Door, allowing his entire army of specters and demons to flood freely into the living world, blurring her dream states with her waking reality. As Gemma pieces together her mother's past, she uncovers a devastating realization. Her mother Ingrid was not crazy. She was a courier too. Decades ago, Ingrid was relentlessly tormented by a spectre horde in dusty evening wear, like ghosts caught in an endless deadly party. Ingrid's suicide in 1999 was not an act of madness, but a desperate attempt to sever the connection and protect her daughter. And now, Gemma faces the ultimate parental dread, realizing the courier ability is hereditary and that her 9-year-old daughter Maya is beginning to show the exact same signs. From a filmmaking perspective, Insidious, Out of the Further relies heavily on a signature aesthetic overseen by cinematographer Dave Garbett. The movie is draped in a dank steel blue visual filter, draining the colour out of every frame to convey a constant, lingering pallor of death. While the film relies heavily on relentless jump scares to keep the audience on edge, it grounds its third act in the emotional horror of cross-generational trauma. Gemma is forced to step into her power as a courier, risking her own sanity in the further to close the red door once and for all, stopping Cyrus Lam's cult from dragging her daughter into the abyss. Insidious, Out of the Further may carry the tropes of a late summer studio horror sequel, but its combination of dental body horror, liminal nightmares, and lore-expanding spiritism gives the franchise a dark, unsettling shot in the arm. It reminds us that trauma is a curse that echoes through generations, and that the scariest doors are the ones we open ourselves. This has been your Midnight Host. Good night.